Hi guys, welcome to the Conscious Hour with Kathleen. I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. I ain't gonna never give up. Invite your friends, share, like. I'm eating carrots. They're so good too. Invite your friends. Tell them to jump on the page. No, seriously, we're about to have a conversation here. Oh, pick up my dad. Oh, this is my dad. Chat is open. Let me type in hello. Why should I quit? Why should I quit? Imagine a world without me, standing on 10 toes firmly. All right, welcome to the Conscious Hour. I am Kathleen, your conscious coach. Welcome to the show, guys. Now let me stop playing. Welcome to the show. I want to have a little conversation today. And the reason why I wanted to have this conversation is because I don't think we get where we are going as a community. I don't think people are getting it. I don't think people are getting the fact that things are changing for us and we're kind of shifting and going into a new direction. I really don't think people are getting that. And so, yeah, people need to get that. They do need to get that. So, chat is open, as you can see, right to my right side, I'm guessing. To my right side, I hope I'm pointing in the right direction. To my left, the chat is open. You definitely can, if you type anything in the comments, it's going to pop up right here. So, welcome Facebook, welcome YouTube, welcome Instagram, Periscope. Hi, everyone. I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. We're going to get into this conversation. We're going to get into this conversation. I'm going to play a little bit more of this, and we're going to get into it. Imagine a world with no Kathy in it. Baby, the world will have no limit. Why should I run? Why should I hide? Why should I put my hands inside my pockets and pretend that I can't contend with the best of them friends? Tell me, why should I run? Why should I hide? Why should I quit? Why should I live and not see another day? Why should I? Why should I? Why should I quit? Why should I? Why should I? Why should I? Why should I? Why should I quit? I ain't stopping. Bring it. Come on, Dave. Whatever you got, just bring it. I'm gonna keep this same energy. Why should I quit? All right, so I'm glad to be here with you guys tonight. We're about to get into it. Let me simultaneously get into Clubhouse. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, hold on 1 second. I got to go live on Clubhouse at the same time. All right, all right, all right. This simultaneous show is on the move. So I am live on and also on Facebook. So the conversation is around Kirk Franklin. So basically, you guys have, I know you've seen the video by now. So Kirk Franklin does this thing, right, where he basically goes, his son records him, and he's basically cussing his son out. And when I say cussing his son out, I do mean cussing his son out. I'm talking about the nasty cuss words, okay? Now, I'm a parent. I ain't always been saved, right? I'm a parent. So, there have been times when the conversation has gotten heated between me and my seed. But I thank God, I really, really do, that I grew to a point when I was young, 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 and I had my children when I was young. But I knew I did not want to speak to my seed in that way. So all I'm saying is, all I've sinned and come short of the glory, but we shouldn't be cussing our kids out. And then the thing about it for me was you have Monique, which I'm going to share a little clip, Steve Harvey, which I'm going to show a little clip, and Rickey Smiley all coming out saying, hey, I would have did the same thing. Hey, that's what happened when your son get out of line. Hey, that's how you do it. Hey, and I'm like, no, that's not what we do. We don't cuss out our seed. And see, a lot of people don't know, but cussing is not native to the continent of Africa, right? Mother so and so's and bees and all, look, the stuff we say, that stuff is not even native to the continent of Africa. Let me put that out there. Let me say that. Number two, it has no value whatsoever. Number three, the masses, the slave owners, used to use it as a technique for mental conditioning. Okay? So you got to understand the psychological part of this too. And as we're making our exodus, right, coming out of racism, coming out of all that racism, the effects, the residual effects of racism, we got to leave all this stuff behind. You see what I'm saying? I know people got upset about Dr. Seuss. They got upset about Pepe Le Pew. Sweetheart. Let me tell you something. We got to leave all of it behind. We got to say bye to all of it. And this is actually a teachable moment. So let's get into it. First of all, hold up before I say anything. Okay, I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. Let me get this together. I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. This is the Conscious Hour with Kathleen. It won't be an hour. I'm gonna try to wrap it up in 30 minutes. This is the Conscious Hour with Kathleen, your conscious coach. I'm chosen. I'm an educator, a speaker, and a writer. And you can always find my books. The links are in all of my profiles, my bios, all of that, Instagram, Facebook, wherever you find a link, it's going to take you to the Conscious Book Collection or my website, which is khconsciouscoach.org, is where you'll find everything. But back to the show today. So check this out. So let's start with Kirk Franklin. So the bottom line, the message is Kirk Franklin was wrong. Okay, let's just say that. He was wrong to cuss out his son. Period. Like, there's no exception to that. You can't say, oh, we black folk, and that's what black folk do. No, it's dysfunctional, and he was wrong. How is that? How are you not saying that part? I don't get it. How are you not saying that part? It's dysfunctional, it's wrong. So you might be saying, well, Kathleen, who are you? Who are you to judge? Who are you to say what it is and what? I'm that person. I don't know what else to tell you. I'm that person. I can do that. You may not be able to do that. I can do that. I'm able to say it was wrong. I'm the person. I'm the one God chose. So that's the message. It was wrong. Nobody can come behind what he said and say It was right. It was necessary. That's how we roll. That's how we do it. It was a black thing. Negative. None of that. None. So just to let you know, chat is open, by the way. I'm gonna flash this number. Um, and I'm full of green superfood, so I have high energy. Anyway, you can call in to 314-472-8127, and I can put you live on the speaker. Um, anyway, that'll cut me off of Clubhouse. But anyway, that's the number you can call in, or you can type in the chat, make a comment or anything, and it'll pop up on my side. I just want to let you know that. So back to Kirk Franklin. Kirk Franklin, his son has him on recorded. His son takes the recording to social media. So you guys, go to social media. It's all over the place. Facebook, YouTube, it's everywhere. I'm not going to play it because words have power, and I'm not going to give that any energy, especially on my platform. Oprah might be watching tonight, so I don't want her to see that negative, nasty audio playing on here. So go find it. It's out there. Hey Oprah. Hey Gail. So I got speaking it to existence. So it's out there somewhere. So go find it. So on the recording, Kirk Franklin curses out his son. He's like, I'll put my foot in your whatever, calls him a real negative name, refers to him in a real negative way. It's a disaster. So it was just wrong. Obviously, you can tell his son, Kerrion, was in pain. Kerrion is 33 years old, so it's not like I'm talking about a kid. This is a grown man, respectfully. So Kerrion, you can obviously tell he was in pain. It was very obvious. And now, here's the thing, guys. New audio alleges, and I do have the word alleges, that his father molested him. Okay? We're not even going to talk about that. We just going to talk about the cussing part. As you know, I'm an advocate at TBB Contact 3 on Facebook and Instagram. I'm an advocate against child sexual abuse. So I'm not about to get into that because that's super serious. And I'm not about to play with that at all. However, we're going to talk about this cussing because look, I'm mandated to tell you guys to cut it out. Now, you're looking at a person who had a cussing spirit, okay? If you wanted to get cussed out, I could arrange the words for you. Seriously. I can cuss. I no longer cuss. I literally have to consciously think about it every day. Like, no, don't do it. Nope. The Lord delivered you. Why should you be bound? Like every day, it's a struggle. But every day I'm determined to beat it. See. Oh, I need to lose some weight. I need to work out. See, every day is a struggle, but every day I am straight up determined to beat it. Okay? It's like the song I played for y'all earlier. Why should I quit? Why should I throw down the towel and just let you handle it? No, I'm gonna take care of this myself. So that's how I know. I know. I got a whole testimony. Look, my husband can tell you if you run across a cussing woman, if you wanted to run across a cussing woman and I was in old form, I can cuss badly. It's not good. It's not good at all. So I'm just saying, don't be cussing out your kids. So let's move on. Of course, his friends tried to come to the rescue. Rickey Smiley, another make a baby and move around. Oh, Rickey, forgive me. I listen to you every morning. I'm just gonna I'm gonna link something with this. This is why it's relative. Okay, don't. Oh, Rickey Smiley, I love you so much. We love Rickey. Okay, here's the deal. Kirk Franklin had a baby, moved on with his life. I'm not saying he shouldn't have, but that ain't what I'm saying. Kirk Franklin had a baby, kind of moved on with his life. Rickey Smiley had a baby, kind of moved on with his life. He kind of did it a few times. And the next person I'm going to talk about, he had children. I don't know if they were outside of marriage, but I do know that he left their mom and kind of moved on with life. As a sibling of a parent who had outside children, I can tell you that the pain is real. I have siblings who call me to today who still feel like they were left out. Very hard when you have a child outside of marriage, outside of the home, especially if you actually have a family, you built a home and all that stuff, they really feel left out. Like it's a deep pain. So that's why I'm saying that about Ricky. Another make a baby and move around. You got to realize that when you do stuff like that, it's going to legitimately, obviously, cause those children that you do leave behind some type of pain. Um, some of that stuff you can work out, some of that stuff you can't work out. And so, listen, Ricky Smiley went into this whole I'm picking up on my boy. I've been knowing him for a long time. He's well connected. He kind of went into this whole little rant concerning Steve Harvey. I had the video up. What did I do with it? Because I don't want all this talking. So Ricky Smiley went into this whole little rant. Let me see if this is it. No, 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 no. Ooh, this is something else. Somebody else put up here. Oh no, this Ricky Smiley. This is it. Girl, we don't care about your foundation. Okay, so let me see. Okay, so here we go. Girl, hush. Look, he got his Black Father shirt on and everything, y'all. Black Fathers Matter. Ricky Smiley, sit down. Sit down. Okay. Let me get my screens together here so y'all can see this. Hold up, I don't want to get sued for stealing people content, so let me go on fast forward this. I'm judging. You don't know that, Rick. I know he your friend. So this on YouTube. This Ricky Smiley channel. Ricky Smiley's YouTube channel. Now I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. I did agree. I agreed with Ricky Smiley to a certain I cut everything off. I agree with him about how we take care of our children. Yes, get them through college, do all of that. I didn't agree with him agreeing with the fact and saying he didn't owe anybody an apology. He can see why he cussed his son out. Like him supporting that behavior, no, no, Ricky Smiley, don't do that. Don't support that behavior because that was wrong. I'm with you on, hey, you do all this for your kids, you take care of them. It's your responsibility to get them through college. I'm with you. I'm with you on all of that. And a lot of things he said actually made sense. So I'm totally with you, Ricky Smiley, except for you validating this type of behavior, which operates from the residual effects of slavery, which was mentally conditioning for our people. Negative. We can't do that. We can't. Go to YouTube and you can watch Ricky Smiley. Okay, you can watch the full video of Ricky Smiley. I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I know you guys want to go back and see it. So I'm just gonna put it in there for you. Put it right in the chat for you. If people want to go see Ricky, go see Ricky. Not right now because you're watching my show. So stop it. Okay, but that's the link to go watch Ricky Smiley. Okay. All right. Now moving right along. That posted on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. So moving right along. For that reason, I just don't agree with Ricky Smiley. That's all it is to it. So we love you, Ricky. Okay, the next clown. Oh, I'm sorry. The next person was Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, I've been wanting to tell you this for years. You need to chill. You should have never wrote that book. Think like a man. What were you thinking? Ugh. Anywho, Steve Harvey needs to chill. The message is outdated and it's toxic. Listen, these young people, I don't know if you know it or not, but young people are moving to a place where they want to have families. And they're tired of toxic relationships. They're tired of this toxic language and communication. They're tired of this identifying blacks as the twerking, dancing people with this black jargon where we're cussing out our kids and all this old crazy stuff. They sick of it. They over it. They want something new. They want something sweet. They want something honest. They want something good. They're moving away from this. So this whole message Steve Harvey tried to give. Ooh, let me play you this. Ooh, let me play you this Steve Harvey nonsense. I stopped it right where I wanted it to stop. So Steve Harvey, y'all, this just a snippet because you know I ain't trying to steal people's material because I don't need to get sued because I put the link in the chat for you guys. So obviously you can tell. You can tell Kirk Franklin on the phone running his mouth to all his friends about him and his son. Oh Lord, nail polish. About him and his son's business, which is wrong. I'm gonna say the same thing to Steve Harvey that I said about Rickey Smiley. You're wrong. Support your friend, but not the behavior. Do we understand the difference? I can support my friends without supporting their behavior. If one of my friends cuss their children out, now it's one thing to cuss your children out. I'm against cussing, period. And I'm against cussing your kids out, period. Like I'm against it. Let's just say you did it. Let's just throw it up there and say you did it. Why would you call them? Why would you use the M word with your kids? And why would you call your son a B blank nigga? No. And if one of my friends were to call their daughter, I can't, my mouth, I can't, Jesus. Y'all understand how wrong this is? Support your friend, not the behavior. It's just that simple. Support your friend and not the behavior. Say it with me, class. Support your friends and not the behavior. Look, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. How are we going to heal? How are we going to evolve? How are we going to get to the next level if we keep bringing the curse on ourselves? If you cussing your kids out, you bringing the curse on yourself. How you gonna cuss your seed? Cuss your seed? Curse, curse. How you gonna curse your seed? Now, a lot of y'all might be saying that's not cursing your seed because you cussing. Well, yes, it is. I ain't seen nobody cuss nobody up good, right? I guess you could. You could be like, oh man, you the boss. You know, you can MF and boss them, I guess. Ooh, no, I can't even be saying that stuff. It's just no, not in me. So Steve goes on and he says all that he says. Steve, I can't say it enough. You're outdated. Your message is outdated. It's fitting for the 1970s, and I'm old myself. You know, I'm almost 50 years old, so I'm not a spring chicken by any means. That whole hood, country, southern mentality, which from the South, you are inundated with that mindset of look, we got it bad. Because if you talk about people from the hood or you talk about people from the South, they kind of the same people because they're kind of uneducated, right? Oh, I'm gonna get in trouble for saying that. What when I say uneducated, I'm not talking about degrees like a master's, a bachelor's, an associate's degree, a certificate in this. That ain't what I'm talking about. I'm talking about uneducated in terms of understanding the dichotomy that exists in the black world. These two very different cultures that exist, these two different ways of thinking that exist in our race. Oh, thank God, praise God, look to God. At the same time, live like trash, talk like trash, act like trash, have the worst behaviors, be dysfunctional. But at the same time, we are people of God. We are people of faith. We are people of strong, I don't know if they say strong values, but we are people of strong culture. You know, they'll say that. It's very iffy situation with us in that aspect, is what I'm saying. In that aspect. It's very troubling to me. Like one of my struggles right now with the church, and I'm a minister of the gospel. God called me, man didn't. I'm a woman of God, and I know that. I'm anointed, I'm appointed, I'm whatever. It's a real strange situation because I understand, like I told one person today, we're in line praying for things that white people inherit. And I guess we should be praying because by we naturally don't prepare to leave things to our family, right? Like how many of y'all have life insurance? Raise your hand if you have at least $100,000 policy, right? You who got life insurance out there? You got life insurance policy? Okay. How are we going to transfer wealth if we don't have a wealth system set up? So we'll stand in line and pray to God bless us with something instead of going to college and getting a degree. That's why we happy we get $1,400 in stimulus checks. Those who are getting stimulus checks, and nothing wrong with getting a stimulus check. But my message overall is we pray for things that we literally can go to school and earn money and actually purchase those things ourselves. I ain't gonna even get into that. It's a strange place for me. It's a very strange place. It's a strange place, which I'm going to talk about mom for a minute. I guess but I want to talk about Monique first and then mom. This show probably is going to last an hour. It's a strange place to me because we have faith, but no application of life intervention. We have faith, but we have no goals, no real applicable active goals that we participate in on a daily basis that will bring healing and nurturing to our people. So instead of saying, Kurt Franklin, you wrong, which is nurturing, right? Which is life, which is good, which is beneficial, we say, that's a black thing. Everybody had a black mama that done cussed them out. Everybody black know what that's about. Everybody black understands what happened in that moment. Don't tell me your big mama ain't cussed you out before. Got me right here to Monique. Let me share Monique's little clip. Okay. Now she did this live, so she put it out there. This ain't like her show. So I should be able to play this whole clip. This is the type of mentality that we're dealing with. This is a mentality. What greater person? And this is a show called Comedy Hype. So shout out to Comedy Hype. for catching this Monique situation. Where's this skip the ad button? Hold on. Sorry, I gotta grab this. But it does take you to have a conditioned mind, conditioned by slavery, right? Baby, your mind conditioned by slavery. Sorry, I was eating another carrot. I'm wrong for that. They're so good. Monique is speaking directly to what I'm saying. Why would you call your own seed a raggedy? Why do we do that? Who who does that? Who does that? How do you even have a millionaire mindset and then you talk to your children like that? And do you talk to your grandchildren like that? Look, that's just wrong. Mm-mm. Weak. She said we weak. So if you ain't cussing your kids out, according to Monique, you weak. That is a raggedy mindset. I'm so glad young people are doing their own thing and moving away from this toxic behavior. And I'm sorry, we didn't know any better. We just didn't know any better. We thought this was how we talk, how we live. I'm so glad we getting over this. Let her finish though. Hold up, right there, guys. She said, "Listen, you guys have gotten weak." She said, "You trying to tell me we can't down talk to our family?" Go watch the video. I put the link in the chat around 1 minute 50 seconds. 1 minute 50 seconds. She literally says we can't talk down to our family members. Unless I heard wrong, I could have heard wrong. If I heard wrong, let me know. But I think my ears are correct. I'm gonna let you listen to it. You gotta hear it for yourself. And she proud of it. Ooh, I gotta stop it. I gotta stop it. That's too much going. Oh no, I can't. Mm-mm. I can't put that out there in the atmosphere. That's ooh no. Why y'all think that's cool? What? It has nothing to do with being black, except for the only thing it has to do with being black is our people were the ones who were enslaved. My shirt says, let me go. We were never slaves. We were enslaved. Because we were enslaved, this is how we learn this language. Cussing is not native to our tongue at all. Go back, do your history, do your research. It's not even native to our tongue. But because you were enslaved, massa had to use slave language with all the butt breaking they were doing and all the raping and beating and molesting and all the things that they were doing. They had to put you down. They had to mentally abuse you. They had to call you B's and H's and mothers and all this old crazy stuff. Why? It's mental conditioning. Don't tell me your mama cussed you out and you felt good. Please don't tell me that. We've been conditioned to believe some crazy stuff. When your mom or whoever cussed you out, you felt it. Something down on the inside just got small. You know what I'm saying? When somebody cusses you out, I'm a grown woman. If somebody cusses me out, well, I'm different. I'm made different now. Somebody cuss me out now, I just think you got a problem. But when you're a child and somebody cusses you out, it makes you small. It makes you feel like, well, what? Huh? Do I need to evaluate myself? I mean, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? You feel like you got to fix something about yourself. So why would you talk to your seed that way? That was disturbing. The next part of this is, I mean, when she said we were weak and we can't, she was like, we can't talk down to our people. Who are we if we can't talk down to our people? That's what you living for, Monique? A moment to talk down to your people? You feel good about cussing your kids out? And I'm not saying go to jail. I mean, good Lord, that's ridiculous. I'm not saying cancel Kerrion Franklin. That would be ridiculous. I just think this is something we can learn from. Why can't we learn? Why aren't we open to learning new ways of doing things, new ways of existing, new ways of being loving and kind and gentle? Like, why aren't we open to that? That's always that seems strange to me. That I can bring you something that's better and you go, no, no, no. We've been doing it this way for years. And I'm gonna keep on doing it. Crazy. Now, before I play this, I'm gonna play this other piece. Because apparently there's this audio going around where Kirk Franklin's son is allegedly, okay, allegedly, I can't say that enough. They need to spell it correctly. Um, mentions sexual abuse at the hands of his father. I'm typing that in. I said I'm not going to talk about this. I'm only going to show you. I'm only going to show you talk about this because I'm getting ready to share this piece that his mom did. So Kerrion Franklin. Let me fix that. Kerrion Franklin. Kirk's. Sorry, guys. Son allegedly mentions. That's spelled it right. Got these glasses on, child. I still can't see. So Kirk Franklin's son, Kerrion Franklin, Kirk's son, allegedly mentions sexual abuse at the hands of his father. I'm only going to play this because I want to mention the type of harm when I listen to his mom respond. I'm only going to play this because the type of harm that I want. All right, so he's getting ready to play the video where you can hear they say it's the voice. They say allegedly it's the voice of Kirk Franklin's son. He's having a conversation, and I heard this also on the Larry Reed live show. They're having a conversation, and allegedly someone comes on. It's allegedly Kirk Franklin's son, and he says, "Oh, you just gonna play my molesters music? You just gonna play my molesters music? That's what you gonna do?" Listen up. Sorry, y'all had to see that. I gotta share this with y'all. Oh, this woman says subscribe to her YouTube channel. All right, that was Sip with Bree. I think that was Sip. I don't know what this is. I think that's something else. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so he was like, "Thanks for playing my molesters music." Sorry, I'm a one woman show. You see my arm? So he was like, "Thanks for playing my molesters music." Listen, allegedly, that was him making that comment, and you can hear Kurt Franklin's music playing. Okay. The only reason why I brought that up is because of this right here. Mama goes on to YouTube. She goes on a show in Texas. I think they all live in Texas. And she agrees to do this show. Now, why she agreed to do this show? Why she agreed to do this show? I really don't know because, to be honest, well, Kirk Franklin went on the Tamron Hall show, and she went on this other show. I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. I think the worst thing you can do, I think the heartbeat, is that the name of this show? Real talk, the heartbeat. I'm gonna put it in the chat too, so you guys can go and watch it for yourself. She goes on this show, and she talks about how she's what should I say first? She talks about how she worked at this rape crisis, sexual abuse crisis center for 7 years. I found that to be odd. She talked about how they've been trying to manage her son's mental health and issues. I'm using the term mental health. I am, because that looks like what this is. Um, so they've been trying to manage their son's issues or mental health for years. She says that. She talks about how, oh, if Kirk's calling me in the morning, then I know it's something important because he knows I'm not a morning person. I don't know. That was weird. And the conversation is just kind of weird. For anybody who wants a little advice, who can handle having a little advice from somebody who has experience and knows a few things, if your child has said to you that they were sexually abused, especially by a family member, and she should know this, support your child. Who else in this world matters besides your child? Social media don't matter. The person who your son is accusing don't matter. Nobody matters in this world but your kid. Trust me, trust me. You would rather shut up, okay, and be at home with your kid and supporting your kid. And if I was gonna come to social media, I'm gonna come for my kid. And I'm gonna say, my child possibly has a situation. And at this moment, all I care about is my child. I don't care about Kirk Franklin. I don't care about social media. The only person I care about is my child. And the only person that I can stand with right now is my child. All I gotta say about my child is he's going to be okay. Okay. I'm just gonna hang in here with him and let's just see what happened. She was given that church thing. Y'all, I told y'all earlier, this is why I'm a little hesitant to even step back into church like that. Like that. She was given this church thing. My testimony is, and we know God is, and I can't move without God. And I'm gonna let you watch because this is a little baked show too. Let's see. It was weird. How long is this? 12 minutes. That's too long. We'll watch a piece of it. Okay. Ooh, I didn't know people still want hair like that. Good head of hair. I'm sorry. I didn't know people still wore their hair like that, but like I said, that's a good head of hair on this. Thick, it's pretty. Now remember, hold up. This is low. I hope you guys can hear it. Now remember when her and remember when Kirk Franklin was on the Tamron Hall show, and Tamron Hall said, "How did you find out about the video?" Kirk Franklin went somewhere else. Like he just Kirk Franklin straight up went somewhere else and started having a full on conversation about who his son was, the problems he had with his son, how he's always going to be there for his son. It was weird. Go watch the Tamron Hall interview. It's on YouTube. But the mom kind of does the same thing. So just keep watching. Oh, let me get it back up for you. Here you go. Keep watching. Oh, I hope y'all can hear that. She like, thank you for inviting me, but God is gonna get the glory out of this all. God is good, and it's see that type of stuff that'd be weird to me. Well, this got to be painful for her though. This is her only child. It's a lot. Respectfully, seriously. This is a weird interview. This is a weird interview. She's like, a lot of people haven't heard from me. I don't, me following up behind curtain. She's like, for what? For why? But she might be nervous. She may just be nervous. And I'm gonna tell you something. When you're interviewing people, you have to be a really good interviewer too, and kind of help them. Help you kind of have to help them tell the story. You know what I mean? So she was like, and some people want to know, why do I even talk to Kurt Franklin? And she's like, well, he's the father of my child, and they think we shouldn't talk, and it was weird. I got to go through it though because it's taking forever for me. My ADHD, I guess. which I've never been diagnosed. I'm just kidding myself. So this lady said for the last couple of years, things have been posted online. Now, what she says in the video, she says, she says this. She says that her son alleged to her, I'm guessing, child abuse or child sexual abuse. And she said to him, hey, do you want to go file a police report? Do you want to do anything like that? Because, I'll go with you. Pardon me. This is what she said. So you mean to tell me your son at some point told you, based on what you're saying in the video, that he was sexually assaulted, whatever the case may be? How did you ignore that? Like how did you? And then you working in that community and understanding how those people function. How did you not continuously address that? Like I wouldn't be able to get any sleep until I just wouldn't have been able to get any sleep until I definitely knew for sure. Like I couldn't sleep on that. Just I couldn't. And so, but she goes on and she tells how my nose is itching. I need to take some allergy medicine. She goes on and talks about how, you know, how would you believe him? And there's no police report or anything like that. You just can't take the word of what somebody says. And at the same time, he is my son, but Kirk is his father. And that, like, it's strange. Let me see if I can get that part. So she just said at some point, Kerrion told her that he felt his father was trying to kill him. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but a lot of people who've been sexually assaulted feel like the person who did it to them is trying to kill them or coming after them in some kind of way, especially if I think it's more common if you're around that person a lot or something like that. That's a whole nother conversation. Whole nother conversation, but just keep listening. That was weird in itself that she said that. Okay, so here's what she was about the police report. This is a weird interview. Okay, I want to pause right there just to correct this while I'm doing this. That's the part where she says, not the sexual assault, but when he said Kirk Franklin, his father, was trying to kill him, and she said, well, we can go to the police department and file a report if if that's what's happening. Okay, so that's the part where she said that. Okay, I'm sorry. So here's another part where she brings up her work at the Women's Center, where she does work with people who have been victimized. All I can say is it was a weird interview. I don't know what else to say besides that. It had a lot in it. It had a lot of moving parts. You have a mom who's saying her child said, hey, at some point, my child said his father was trying to murder him. Then they move into this whole conversation about sexual assault and how she worked at a place for 7 years that dealt with people who had been raped, sexually assaulted, abused in different ways, part coming from a family that had abuse. It was just, it was a lot. And she's still talking about how, he got a testimony, and it was weird. Watch the whole video. I kind of just wish, I kind of wish she probably just, I wish she probably just wouldn't have did the interview. I do. And I'm saying that because if there's something there, it's already hard enough to tell that you've been victimized. So to have like two or three different narratives out there, to have people who got your daddy back and they don't know what's possibly going on for real, that's a lot for Kerrion. That's all I'm saying. That is a lot for him. If this is true, and it look, if it's true, it's worth keeping your mouth quiet, because that's just making it harder for him. Anyway, this is the Conscious Hour with Kathleen. Thank you for joining me with this discussion as we continue to talk about how this language of cussing and all of this is not beneficial to the Black community. Hopefully, you'll join me for the next Conscious Hour. Hopefully, you learned something this episode. Please share this with a friend, repost, and I'll see you next time on the Conscious Hour. Okay, bye bye. Oh, I'm not gone yet. We'll see you next time on the Conscious Hour, guys. Thanks for joining me. Watch the replay, share with your friends and your family. Why should I die? In the midst of pain, why should I try? Why should I let you handle it?